the markets for Cam Newton and Jameis Winston? Do you think they get signed before the draft? I think they got to see how that goes, and then we'll see how it goes after that. Right now.
My gut feeling is the only team that might sign one of them before the draft is Jacksonville, and quite honestly, Rich, Jacksonville, because hey, look, you think and I think we all think that because Tom Telesco and the Chargers are really a heavy draft and develop team, I keep thinking, man, the Chargers, with the 6th pick in the draft, I really view them as a long-term quarterback pick right there, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, whoever. So I don't think it would be the Chargers before the draft, but I just can't imagine the Jacksonville Jaguars not taking one of those players at a low cost for like a year or two. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? And I don't know which one. I don't have any idea which one they'd be interested in, but they sure seem like the most logical landing spot for one of those two.
And then, I know you mentioned Pittsburgh is a great spot for Jameis. A few weeks ago, you said
Pittsburgh would be fantastic, but I was told last week they have zero interest in Jameis Winston. So, I mean, just because I think it's a good idea, it doesn't necessarily mean they do. The reason it'd be great for him is that I think it'd be great for him to be a backup for a year, get some tough love from Mike Tomlin, bond with those guys, and basically step in on opening day 2021, or maybe even earlier. Ben Roethlisberger has not exactly been the iron horse. All I can say is he obviously needs to cut down the turnovers. We know that. But he's shown quite a lot of promise in every other area on and off the field in the last couple of years. I think he'd be an excellent risk to take if I needed an heir to my quarterback throne.
I just can't believe, and I understand part of Cam's issue, unfortunately for him professionally, and I say that fully knowing what it means for our general world population personally and health-wise, what's going on with the coronavirus preventing him from being seen by doctors potentially is creating his situation. I just can't believe a first overall pick, former MVP. We're just 5 years removed now from his MVP season. Kid's 30. He is still a kid, and a guy who led the league in passing.
But it's so totally unprecedented. Okay, in the last year and a half of football, Cam Newton has first of all, in the first half. In the last half of 2018,
didn't win a game
because of his shoulder. He was lousy. He just was, and he tried to play through it, and he just couldn't do it. Then he has the shoulder surgery. Then he hurts his foot, and he has the foot surgery. So I understand, and I've heard this 1,000 times in the last 2 weeks. Oh my God, Cam Newton just sitting out there. Why aren't teams pouncing on him? This is a different time than anybody has ever gone through in terms of player procurement. How could you devote any significant amount of money right now on your salary cap to a guy who you think is okay and all that? Plus, it's a different kind of quarterback for a lot of teams' systems. He told me last summer that he was ready to go into the second phase in his life. He was going to be a different quarterback. He was going to learn how to play differently. Well, then that got interrupted. So who is he? How is he? What is he? That's the reason why there's not a gold rush for Cam Newton.